Alright, ladies and gents, here we go. It is time to deactivate all of the bombs. This is a pretty tough section. We're going to be going all the way through the fortune fight. So first things first is we're going to let this guy pass. I do accidentally skip this cutscene because I messed up in editing, but all the other cutscenes are there. It's very difficult to do all of this and put it all together. Essentially playing it twice, having to go back and trying to remember exactly where the edit was. So he's just explaining how you've got one, something feels weird, doesn't make any sense that it needs to be there. Here you want to wait about 4 seconds whenever I get up against that wall and then move. If you do it any earlier or any later, he will see you. Always remember, everything I do will always be the same for you, no matter what. Timing in this game is always going to be the same. Every time you enter, the guards will always be in the same location if you're playing on European Extreme. Alright, so going into the Transformer room, all we're going to have to do is skip that little cutscene there. You need to make sure that you skip it. Go here and get your coolant out and disarm it. Very simple and easy. If you do it in the time that I've done it, then the guard will not see you. There's a few guards in this area. You don't have to worry about the cameras because you're on the other side of them and you can keep going. Next section is a familiar section. You just need to wait until the guard starts moving back in the opposite direction and then follow him. You want to make sure that you jump over the little grates in the ground. That'll keep you from making noise. And then we're actually going to jump over top of him. In this game, stealth works a little differently. It's all room-based. As long as a guard doesn't call in for backup before that happens, then you're good. As you can see, the game is not over. Remember, this is on game over if caught, so you'll know immediately if the game is over. And if you don't see it here, the game's not over. Once we're on the roof, we're going to immediately head to the left, and then we're going to go the back way, and we're going to get right up behind him, and then grab this next bomb. These first few bombs are pretty easy to get. They ain't going to give you too much trouble. It's the ones towards the end that are going to give you the most trouble. Wait for him to pass and then move on. Don't forget to grab the shaft grenades. You're going to need them later. Alright, there's some M9 ammo, but you can't pick it up yet. We'll pick that up in the next section, like a little later on. Here, we've got a guard right here, just one guard in this room and a camera. You don't have to ever worry about the camera, just this guard. You just need to wait till he moves and then you can get down here. Going to do a little crawling. By the time you're done and you have a little bit of a cutscene, he's going to be coming back around the same time, so you are going to have to be a little patient. Yeah, other than that, I mean, this room is pretty self-explanatory. There's a cardboard box there on the left, but we're not going to get it. We are going to need the cardboard box, but we're going to be getting a different one coming up in just a bit.
This is Raiden. The C4 found in Strut A has been frozen and disposed of. Explosives were planted in the pump room on the first floor.
This is all wrong. This is something only an amateur would do.
What do you mean?
All the bombs that have been found so far don't appear to be in the right kind of locations. And the quantity of explosives isn't sufficient either.
Even Fat Man can make mistakes, right?
No, there's something else going on here. Get a move on with the disposal, Raiden. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Do you think it's a trap?
I don't know, but I'm gonna tell Pliskin to watch his back too. Just hurry.
Alright, now that that is over, we can go ahead and head back. Again, I am literally playing these things twice, so what you're seeing here is me when I'm playing it for the story time. And sometimes you'll see the story time version of it. Other times you'll see the actual when I'm kind of skipping all the cutscenes version. It's hard to explain, but it's if you want to be able to have the cutscenes in there and you don't want to have all these edits looking weird, then this is kind of how I figured out how to do it, and it seems to be working for me to be able to make sure that I can get everything done to you in a good manner. Alright, next up, this is where we're going to use our chaff. And the reason we're doing this is because we do not have the SOCOM suppressor yet. We're going to be getting that here very shortly. So use the chaff. As you can see, we do see how long the chaffs actually last a lot longer in this game than they do in the previous one. Go ahead and get yourself ready. Get your coolant out. Get all that ready. We've got a lot of things to do in this warehouse, which is a very tough place. So, first thing that we're going to do is we're going to get up against this wall. We're going to go pick up the M9 and some ammo for it. Then we're going to immediately leave the room and start all over again. The reason that we're going to do that is we're going to leave the room and then go down to the bottom floors, because there's a few things on the bottom floor that I actually want to get. Being one of them, the cardboard box. Then there's also the SOCOM suppressor, which is going to come in handy for taking out cameras when guards are by. So let me explain one thing to you. See, a guard can kind of sense you, but that doesn't trigger an alert. So just keep that in mind. There's a few things I want to explain here. We're going to immediately get up against the wall so that this guard doesn't see you. As soon as you see him move, then you can go and head straight down. Go not to that locker. I made the wrong decision here. Go to this one. You can pick this up. And then pick up the box. So what we're going to be doing is we're heading over here into this other room, which is going to allow us to pick up the SOCOM suppressor, as well as the mine detector, I believe. So this SOCOM, it really comes in handy because we are bypassing a lot of guards. You're not going to see a lot of knockouts or tranquilizer shots in this game, for me, because I have literally wanted to make this my most challenging walkthrough ever, and I've wanted to make it to where we bypass. So here, wait about 3 or 4 seconds before you get out. Remember, everything is timing. And I figure this out by literally replaying these areas one by one until I figure out exactly when I need to go. So by my precise movement, I know, wait here, 3 seconds, go. Now, the tough section of this warehouse is going to be right here. So make sure you have your SOCOM and your suppressor, get them attached to each other, and then switch to your coolant. This is, you can use the box for this situation too, but we don't need to use the box. The box is going to come in handy in the next area. So same thing as before, we're going to get up against this wall. We're going to get right behind this guy, and you're going to just see how close you can actually get behind the guy. Remember, there's like a cone. As long as you're not in that cone, you can get ridiculously close to these guys, and they'll never know you're here.
Nothing here.
Yeah, nothing here, for sure. So as soon as he does that, go up against this wall here, and then wait for this guy to turn around. As soon as he does, start moving forward. Slowly wait on him, and then we're going to do a wall back right here. Drop down, immediately equip, and coolant. This has to be done very quickly. Do not slow down. Immediately get off and run to the stairs. Once you get up here, we're going to equip our coolant and use it on this guy right here. Use it before he starts heading this direction. You've got a few seconds to go before he goes around and gets alerted or anything like that. Skip this little cutscene here, and then we've got another little thing here.
Jack, do you remember the day we met?
I'm kind of busy right now, Rose.
You're right, sorry.
I do remember. It was right after I transferred to New York. There were all these tourists around you in front of the Federal Hall.
A group of middle-aged Japanese ladies came up and asked me which building it was that King Kong was climbing in the movie. I said it was probably the Chrysler Building, and then you showed up and started mouthing off. You were like, no, it's the Empire State.
I said the Chrysler Building was in Godzilla.
We started arguing, and I forgot all about the tourists. I was insisting that I was right, and you were doing the same. The next thing we knew, the Japanese women had gone away, and we ended up going to the Skyscraper Museum to see who had the better recall.
We argued all the way to Battery Park.
And for nothing.
Since the museum was closed, we went our separate ways from the museum. And then I found you again by coincidence out in the base corridor.
An amazing coincidence that we were actually working at the same place.
That night we went up to the top of the Empire State.
It was so beautiful. I could look down on the Chrysler Building from 120 stories above ground.
I felt overwhelmed. I didn't care anymore who was right.
And that was our first date.
We watched King Kong in your apartment a bunch of times that night. Didn't sleep till morning. If it weren't for that coincidence, we wouldn't be together.
I know. I'm sorry, Jack. I'm taking up your time again.
What?
Take care.
All right, essentially what you need to do is we're going to take out each and every single cipher here. So we just got to shoot the camera. As you can see, it's not as easy to do. Although I do love the shooting in this game. So here we're just going to need to be a little patient, and this is all because we skipped the cutscene at the very, very beginning, which is just showing you a camera of an area up ahead. But we do this for time. So once that's done, we're going to switch back to the M9, and we're going to take this guy out.
Be careful. There are Claymore mines around there.
Who is this?
Stealth-equipped Claymore mines, invisible to the naked eye. Use the mine detector.
Identify yourself.
Just call me Deep Throat.
Deep Throat? You mean from Shadow Moses?
Mr. X, then.
Mr. X now, is it? Why would it matter if I called you Deep Throat?
Never mind about that.
Why did you contact me?
Let's just say I'm one of your fans.
Colonel, someone calling himself Mr. X just contacted me. Do you know anything about it?
No. And whoever it wasn't a burst transmission. The transmission was sent from within the big shell.
He called himself Deep Throat at first. Do you think...
I caught that part too. But the possibility of it being true is none. Gray Fox was the one who used that alias in Shadow Moses, and he's dead.
Is it an enemy trap?
Could be. Exercise extreme caution.
All right, now we're going to go ahead and crawl, and we're going to pick up a few of the claymores. This is just going to make it whenever we come back through this section. It'll be a lot easier if you follow a specific route, essentially. This is also the section of where you're going to need to go to the next area to grab the president, but that is much, much later. All right, here we go, ladies and gents. This one is a doozy. So immediately when we start, we are going to equip our SOCOM, and that's why we got the suppressor. And we're going to shoot the 2 cameras. Sorry, my aiming's not good because I have to use normal aiming instead of inverted, because inverted in this game just does not feel right. So I actually use normal, which takes me a lot of time. We're going to switch to the box, and we're going to be doing a little bit of waiting. Now, I am 100% positive I can go in and take all of these guys out with headshots. And it'll be super easy. Probably only take us... It'll be super easy, barely an inconvenience. quoting one of my favorite YouTube channels. But anyways, we're just going to be waiting here with the coolant. We're in this corner so that nobody can actually see us, and we're just going to wait for about a minute. Again, if you don't want to wait, you can go ahead and just sneak up behind all the guys, take them out individually, and then you don't have to worry about it. But I love the fact that I figured out how to get through this room without touching anyone. Those are my biggest accomplishments, especially in this room and the next one. The next room was one of the hardest rooms I have ever done in any video game. To get by without taking anyone out. No trank, no nothing. And it's a doozy. So please, leave a like if you prefer, or like that kind of stealth where we leave all the enemies be and we just try to figure out how we can get around them. This game was not meant to be played the way that I'm playing it. Here is the actual thing, so just go ahead and shoot it with your coolant. When you hear the click, switch back to the box. It'll always be the same thing. The guy will always be turning at the same time. It'll never change. That's what's so great about this. So we're just going to need to wait here a little bit. You might be able to move up as soon as this guy turns around right there, but I'm going to say wait, because there is one guy in the hallway, and sometimes if their pattern is along the way of the cardboard box, they'll stop and then they'll take the cardboard box off. So I'd say just wait. It's not that long. Now we can move up into the next room and keep it going. All right, heliport. We got a big cutscene area up ahead. It's not too hard.
I've taken care of that annoying fly. What's the situation over there?
Puzzling. I saw a man dressed like a ninja just now.
Ninja?
It's the only way to describe it. A kind of cyborg ninja, complete with a sword.
What?
Are you hiding something from me?
Olga, are you sure it wasn't an Arsenal Tengu?
Don't be a fool. Think I wouldn't know the difference? I've never seen field gear like that ever.
All right, we'll intensify patrols. Anything else?
Actually, one more thing. You'll find it hard to believe, though. I saw a man hiding under a cardboard box.
Where?
On the connecting bridge to Shell 2. So you believe me this time?
I've seen someone use that box trick before. We'll lay a trap on the Shell 2 connecting bridge.
Over and out, then.
Freeze! You must be one of Dead Cell.
Course not. What a thing to say.
Drop your gun!
Not a chance.
I saw a female soldier. Russian.
Must be Olga Gerlukovich.
How do you know?
Unlike you, I've been briefed.
She's not a Dead Cell?
No, she commands a Russian private army.
They must be the ones patrolling the Big Shout.
That's right. She's led the group ever since her old man, Colonel Gerlukovich, died. Watch yourself with her. She's a tough one.
All right, here, immediately move up and stick on this little left side right here. Someone's going to slightly see you, but that's okay. You want to get underneath this Harrier as much as possible. You'll need to move into it in order to be able to stay away from the guy. So we got a little cutscene here as well.
Raiden here. The C4 reported on the roof of Strut E has been taken care of. Explosives were planted on the Harrier 2 stationed on the roof.
Good work. Only one more left to go.
This is Pliskin. Do you read me, Pete?
I'm here. What's up?
Raiden, you need to hear this too.
I'm listening.
I checked out the bottom of Strut H for you, Pete.
Wait, what's this about?
I asked Pliskin to look around. Knowing Fat Man, I can't shake the feeling that all the bombs so far were just wrong.
So did you find anything?
Yeah, a hell of a lot of C4s packed into the bottom of the strut. Pete called it right.
I knew he had the real thing up his sleeve.
So all the other ones were dummies?
No, they're a threat, all right. But the detonation wouldn't be enough to destroy the entire shell. But the C4s Pliskin found would inflict serious structural damage.
That's not the bad news either. These are sensor-proof.
What?
New model, I guess. The ionization sensor can't detect them. The whole thing is sealed tight to prevent vapor leak, and there's no trace of that cologne signature. Pete, looks like he fooled you.
Yes.
But you managed to find the thing anyway.
It was sheer luck.
Bombs that are invisible to the sensor?
Any ideas, Pete?
Are there more out there?
I'll go see for myself.
You can't move fast enough.
He's right. I can try the spray from a distance.
Hold on. There's something not right about this one. I can feel it.
Well, Pete, should I come back and get you?
No, there's no need. Raiden, you have one left to go, correct?
Right, except for those scentless ones.
How about you, Pliskin?
I have 2 left, not counting this one.
Okay. It'll have to be me. I have the level 4 card that'll get me into Shell 2 in any case.
You'll never make it. With that bad leg of yours, they'll spot you for sure.
That won't happen. I can walk just fine. I can even run.
What do you mean?
That bomb 5 years ago. I messed up. Even with all my experience, I lost it. And the church was lost in the explosion. All those kids playing nearby, too. These past 5 years, I've lived a lie.
Lied?
Yes, lied. I didn't lose my leg in the explosion. So many dead. All because of my mistake. All I could think about was hiding from the crime, shielding myself from the public outcry. I wanted people to be sorry for me, for my weakness. I faked being a victim myself because I couldn't bear to face the families of the real victims. This is no prosthetic. I can keep my footing on catwalks and hike over deserts. I lived my lie so well I haven't even answered to myself for my sins. It was supposed to be a shield, and it's become a shroud instead. I've killed my soul by playing the victim. Instead of protecting me, it's made my life even more hellish.
What good can that do the victims?
I know. I'm a coward.
Hey, Pete.
God forgive me. I can walk with my own 2 feet, and I need them to stop Fat Man. His crimes are also mine. One of omission and arrogance. No one should teach the skills I taught him without a clear conscience. This is the only way I can diffuse my own sins.
I get you, Pete. That one's all yours. You got it, Raiden?
I understand.
Pete, I've taken care of guards in struts G and H of Shell 2. I wouldn't recommend you go into any of the other struts.
I owe you one.
I'll get back to freezing the baby bombs then.
You do that too, Raiden.
I'm on it.
I'll have the radio with me if you need to get in touch. Just don't ask for Peg Leg Peter. He's gone for good.
All right, so make sure you crawl into the Harrier because you need to be in this position in order not to be seen here, so don't get confused. Once he passes you and starts moving, then we can go ahead. Go down and to the left. We're going to pick up these stun grenades here. And then we're going to pick up another cardboard box. Not saying you're going to need it, but it's pretty much in our way, so might as well. And head back down. We're going to move to the left side, and we're going to knock out this guy. This is done for later. As long as you knock him out and then leave,
Freeze!
it'll help you out. Alright, so we need to make our way back through the same area that we were just in before. We're going to take out a camera and then go to the hardest room probably in the game, in my opinion, at least so far. So wait for this guy right here. Again, this could be different for you if you decided to take the guys out. But if you're following mine, then this is what's going to work. Switch to your box 2. Come over here, and we're going to shoot this camera. If done in the precise timing that I have, switch back to your box, immediately go forward, and you're good to go. We've got this walkway. We're just going to run straight. We're going to knock the guy out, and then we're going to head into the room I was talking about. This can be a very, very tough room. It probably will take you a few times to figure this out, so might be a good opportunity to save here because this room is seriously tough. So once you enter, guess what? Go back out. The only reason we entered there was because we took the guy out, so we needed to enter so it reset his character. Now we're going to go below. Make sure you do this quick enough to where he doesn't hear you, and then we're going to go into the bottom section. The bottom section is where you're going to be able to grab the first bomb. There are a total of 3 bombs on Euro Extreme here. Not 1, 3. Grab it, immediately exit, and then come back in. Again, what this does is resets the room so that all the guards are exactly where you want them to be. Sit on the outside until you hear a huh, and then immediately go to the right. You don't want to disturb anyone else but the one guy, so you got to make sure you do that. Switch to your box, stand right over this grate. You see this call right here, all it's saying is that you need to lift up the grate in order to be able to grab the next bomb. The bomb is literally right below us. So everything has to be done precisely. If you deviate any, you will fail immediately. There is no second chance. I mean, you will fail immediately. So do everything exactly in the timing that you see. It'll never change. Wait till he passes. Get rid of your box. Open with the use button and immediately switch to your coolant. You're going to hear a guy get confused. Immediately switch to your box. Wait a few seconds, then jump down and move down here. There's a reason that we move down to this area, because if you move a little bit down, he's going to go exactly where he thought he saw you, which means that he will not go to the box. If you were to just be in that box there, then he would have opened the box and that's it. This guy here, if you don't move down here as well, he will run over the box right now and you'll be seen. So again, you have to bring your box down to where you see me, right? Sorry about that. It's the only way that he will not see it. Everything else has to be done here in the precise pattern that you're going to see. This guy's going to cross on the top. This guy's going to cross on the bottom. As soon as he crosses and stops looking, get up here and immediately stop. So you don't have a lot of time. If you start moving now, game over. We're going to wait. Once that guy says nothing here, continue to wait. It's not time yet. Once he's going to move, then we're going to be able to go. The reason is there's another guy looking in the other direction, and you have to wait for him to move. You can't see him. You don't know where he is, but you have to realize where certain enemies are comparable to the ones that could see you, so you can judge. It took me a very, very long time to figure this out, but I was able to do it, and it's probably one of my proudest moments. Immediately go out, go back in, switch to the box, go down, and then stop right here. Wait for this guy. You don't want to alert anyone here, or else it'll change this room, and then you won't be able to pull this off. Once he looks the other way, grab your SOCOM. Once that guy's done saying nothing here, move down, spam the triangle or the use button so you can get up there, and then go ahead and grab this. This will be your final one in this area, but then we have to make our way back.
I have the last C4 frozen. There's nothing showing up on the sensor now.
Good work, Raiden.
You're way ahead of me, kid. I still have one to go.
How's your bomb, Peter?
It's a bomb, all right. Sealed C4, and in huge quantities.
You think there's another one in Shell 1?
For sure. Somewhere at the bottom of Strut A.
Why are you so certain?
If this bottom section of the strut is demolished, Shell 2 will be well on its way to destruction.
You mean that Shell 2 will actually sink?
Not immediately. There'll still be 5 struts left. But if Shell 1 loses a strut at the same time, it'll be a very different story. The big shell's structural integrity depends on a very exact balance. If both shells lose a strut each, the whole structure will tear itself apart under its own weight.
What do we do?
I have a sensor that can locate even those scentless C4s. It makes combined use of a neutron scintillator and a hydrogen bomb detector.
You brought that stuff with you?
Of course. I made the calibrations while I was in the pantry.
Does it work?
I just tested it, and it definitely responds. But the best I can do is a sound beacon, not the radar.
Sound?
The shorter the interval between beacons, the closer the target.
I get you.
There's another one in that pantry I was in. You can go back and get it.
It's all yours, Raiden.
I'm going to study it some more and see if the freezing process will work. Don't touch the other one until I say so.
Okay. I'll stand by until you radio in.
Immediately, start moving with your box. Stay on the wall, and you should be good to go. As you can see, you can move just about this point, and then you got to stop. Then you can move up. Someone will say who's there, but they're far enough away, and you're good to go, and you have completed this room. Congrats. Now we need to make our way back into the dining hall, so we're going to have to take out this camera. So, go to your SOCOM, take the camera out, but wait just about 2 seconds before you move, then go. That way this guy's not looking in this direction, because he does look in that direction. Jump over him, make your way to the dining hall, pick up what you need to pick up. We got another little cutscene to play, and then we've got a race against time to head all the way down to where we started this entire chapter, or this plant chapter.
Peter, I have sensor B.
Good. Head to the bottom of Strut A.
How's your invisible bomb?
I'm looking at it, but I'm keeping my distance. How's Pliskin doing?
A few more minutes. I just got to the last strut, but there are a few enemy sentries I have to take care of.
Does it look bad, Peter?
Maybe. It's an odd one. The detonator hasn't been activated.
What?
But the sensors are live, which means...
This is Pliskin. I've located the last C4.
Is that it?
I'm about to freeze it. Then...
Wait! Pliskin! Damn! That was it!
What's going on?
The detonator just woke up. It's counting down!
What happened?
The big ones were rigged to be activated when all the baby C4s went offline. Right. The one in Shell 1 should be counting down too. Hurry!
What's the remaining time?
200 seconds.
200 seconds?
Right. Move! Get to the bottom of Strut A now!
Alright, so we got 200 seconds. You've got plenty of time to do this. You won't have to worry. This is very basic and easy. Everything can be done easy peasy. So we're just going to immediately move down. We're going to go through all of these stages again, just like we did before. So that's what makes them so easy. You need to take out the cipher. Remember, they respawn, because we already took them out once earlier. You can do this little somersault or cartwheel, whatever, to kind of move a little quicker. but we're making good time right now. Here, same thing, except we're going to grab this USP ammo, or SOCOM. The reason we grab the SOCOM is it gives us a little time to get through the door. If you don't grab the SOCOM and you just move straight, you're going to get caught. So that's the only reason we picked up the SOCOM ammo, was just to give us enough time to go straight without stopping. Here, same thing, wait for the guy to turn around. Make sure you jump before you get on the crates. This next room you can go straight through, you don't have to worry about anything. And then we're going to head up to the roof, which is going to give us access again to the lower level where we started this entire plant chapter. We need to get one more bomb right now for this section. Once you get up here, you're going to have a little cutscene as we make our way down. Just remember that you need to be skipping all of the cutscenes. I think we've properly understood that you have to skip every cutscene you see in order to get this.
Raiden, Pliskin, listen carefully.
What is it?
I fell for it.
Fell for what?
Fat man has my number. A proximity trigger. Microwave.
Microwave?
With a 7-foot range. It's not a technique I taught him. Neither was that multi-bomb boob trap. Looks like he's far surpassed me as far as explosives technique goes. As for the rest...
Pete, get the hell out of there.
There's less than 30 seconds left. It's too late.
No!
Pliskin, get away from Strut H as fast as you can.
Pete!
Raiden, keep your distance. Use the spray from as far away as possible.
Me?
You can do it. I know that.
I'm not so sure.
But I am. Do it. I know you can.
Alright, you'll notice that things are a little different now. It's like something's changed down here. It's not the same layout, everything is a little different. Just keep that in mind for a little bit later. As far as I know, it's always going to be exactly here on European Extreme, so I don't know if anything changes on your playthrough, but it should be just right here. And this is the final one that you have to get right here and now.
Colonel, I've neutralized the bomb.
Good work, Raiden.
It was a great loss for everyone.
Yes, it was.
Colonel, any damage report on the explosion?
Seems that the duct for diverting the contaminated seawater was destroyed, and the central section of Shell 2 is flooding. The explosions ignited the oil slick on the surface.
What about the toxins?
The chemicals stayed in containment. There's no immediate danger.
Is the big shell stable?
Shell 1 was unaffected. The price was high, but the threat of the bomb is over for now.
What's the next objective?
Rescue the President. Get back to the upper level.
Roger that.
Alright, what I'm going to do is not something you have to do, but this is just... You can do this in the very beginning of the plant section as well. There is some thermal goggles down here. Thermal goggles always come in handy. All he's telling you is that, you know, the controls for swimming. So we're going to go ahead and grab them here. There's plenty of places you can get them later on as well, because you will need them for one particular section later on that they'll be right there. But I just want to get them now because sometimes you never know if you come across something that you feel you might need them, like say maybe I missed a claymore or something. Just to be safe, you know, those thermal goggles will help you out. We got a few cutscenes here, and then we've got a boss fight. Yay.
Raiden, the terrorists have retaliated for our bomb neutralization.
What?
A hostage has been killed, shot in the head. They shot one of them on the roof, just to make sure we caught it. One of our satellites caught it clear as day.
Damn.
They announced they would kill one every hour from now on.
What are my orders? What should I do?
Stay with your mission objective. Rescue the President.
What about the other hostages?
President Johnson is your first priority.
Priority my butt. They're all in danger.
Jack, be reasonable. I know what you're feeling, but you can't save them all.
No, not by myself.
Are you expecting that Pliskin to come through?
Well...
Looks like he's turned his radio off too.
I can't complete this mission by myself.
That man was not included in the simulation. He is not a factor in this mission.
What do you mean by that, Colonel?
Your mission must remain a solo effort.
What about the SEALs? No second attempt?
They haven't even gotten to planning that. All we can do is wait. In the meantime, you're our only hope.
I understand.
Raiden, go and rescue the President. You can start off by getting to the upper level of Strut A.
I can't tell you how happy I am that you were alive after all. I knew this moment would come. Show yourself and finish me, like you finished off my father. Otherwise, you'll be the one to die.
Oh, crap.
That's not him. This could be interesting. You've seen the fires of hell, haven't you? Maybe you can give me death. My name is Fortune, lucky in war and nothing else. And without a death to call my own. Hurry, kill me, please.
Alright, so maybe I fibbed. This is not really a boss fight, per se. Just equip your box, and you're going to do this. You're going to go back and forth. Essentially, there is a pattern to do, right? So, I can't tell you that if you follow exactly what I do, it's going to be the same for you. That's not how this boss works. Whenever you see the double move that she does, whenever you see that right there, just make sure nothing drops on you so you don't take damage. You have to be paying attention to the ceiling as well. When she does that double move, then you want to move in the opposite direction. Or if you have enough room to keep going forward, then do that. And you're literally just, you know, pay attention to the laser light. Not very difficult. This one didn't take long at all. And you just keep going back and forth until the little cutscene right there plays. And then you got just another maybe 20 seconds left. Do the same thing, except this time we're going to be going back and forth. So you're going to do here, then immediately turn around, immediately turn around, immediately turn around, and you're going to repeat that process pretty much until the end. There's a little slowdown here on the PC XS2. I don't know if you're going to get that same slowdown on your version of the game, but it shouldn't change anything, and you should be good to go. You cannot do any damage to her, so don't even try. And you really don't even need the box. You can just use your cartwheels to do the same exact thing.
Right. Fat Man just contacted us directly.
Fat Man called us?
Yes. Looks like he placed a bomb on the heliport. He specifically asked for you, Raiden.
What?
He's killed off Peter. Now he's after you.
Why me?
How should I know?
Look, this is really not a good time for this.
The countdown's already begun, Raiden.
Great. How much time do I have left?
I'll show you the count. 200 seconds remaining.
So he's planning on taking this place out.
It looks like he has a different agenda from that of Dead Cell.
What about backup?
None. There's no time.
Which type of explosives is it?
He didn't say.
I'll take over, Queen.
What is it?
It seems our friend Fat Man is out of control.
He'll actually try to destroy this place?
Yes, this could unravel everything we've planned.
But why would he do such a thing?
Who knows? But he's nothing more than a stereotypical mad bomber now. He's completely lost sight of our ideals. And with it, his loyalty to Commander Jackson.
All right. I'll take care of the wayward soul. It wasn't him.
Unfortunate.
I expected more of this one, really.
But he couldn't kill you, I see.
Completely useless.
Then he's all mine.
Later, then.
Now! Damn!
Vamp. Are you gone? No. No, that death was meant for me. Why am I the only one that can't die? Alone again? Cheated out of death again? How long will you force me to live? How much longer, Dad? You've punished me enough. I thought you could give me peace. But you couldn't kill me either.
There's no need for sorrow, Queen. I died once already.
Vamp.
I can't die twice.